We made it, Collins.
Yeah, we did.
Finally. Well, not officially. We're still at home, but we're gonna make it.
We're gonna make it there, but we made it here.
Yeah. I tell you who
Yeah.
didn't make it here, and that's Landon.
Hey,
Hey. Let's
Doug-
Landon.
Landon Doggin
Uh
It.
I don't know where Landon's at. We were supposed to have him on today at 4 o'clock. Haven't heard from him, but hopefully everything's all right, which I'm sure it is. Um yeah, we were gonna interview him ahead of the obviously he's a two-time defending national champion. But Collins and I are still here at home. We're about to get the rest of the stuff packed up. I don't know about you, man. I'm my clothes, my suitcase is ready to go. The
That
other
I
stuff,
always
not
do.
so
I always
much.
do that stuff last minute. This stuff, the only reason I haven't completely packed it away is obviously because we were planning on doing this podcast.
Yeah,
But as soon as we hit the leave button, I'm going to
unplug.
be tearing it all down, and I got these cool little Instapack things that they're like these big bags that have a fluid in them that you break a little pack inside the bag, and it just like goes and it fills up and like form fits to whatever you're packing. I'm hoping that'll protect the computer and the
It will.
cameras. So
It
yeah,
will. So
it will.
if you YouTubed it, what could go wrong, right? The
What
internet
could go
never
wrong?
lies. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
never go wrong. But we're excited. Junior Nationals is coming up. We're going to be out there for starting from tomorrow through I think like a full solid week, man.
Yeah, the following Monday we head back just because
Yeah.
we're going to be breaking down on Sunday or Saturday. I can't remember, but
It's a lot. Yeah. I know a guy jumped in one of the raffles that we had up for a QTech. I say one of them because that one got shipped out, actually delivered locally. I got another one here. It's a True Wood Leopard. Let me see if I can turn it. Leopard
11.8
11.8. So
speaks to my soul. That 11.8.
is that what you
I don't
use?
play. I don't play with the QTech one. I play with the Revo 11.8. I like that
Okay.
diameter because
So,
I was a Z2 guy. I played with a Z2
uh,
for even years after they stopped making them. I
it's a
kept
good
hunting them
shaft.
down. It is a good shaft. Yeah.
I'll sell you some raffle tickets. Don't worry about it, pal.
Cool.
No, we appreciate QTech for the support. One of our many sponsors that you guys see up top, it wouldn't be possible without them. Moonlight and Billiard, Sandra and Jim Prather. We got Hard Times, which we all know. Oscar and Desiree are like family, both Collins and I. QTech, I can't say enough about them. Anytime I hit them up, they're just like, whatever you need, Mike, just let me know. Q in case they've recently sponsored Oscar, and by default that means you're kind of sponsoring the show when I need you, or when we need you. So no, I'm kidding. They're amazing, super easy to work with. They got great products, and I got a bunch more content from the last trip that I'm gonna be posting on the page coming up. So stay tuned for that. On top of that, I also hear they're gonna be out there for the Brendan.
Oh,
Yeah.
that would make sense. Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of, since Hard Times is one of our sponsors, even if you've ever even considered traveling multiple states for an event in California, nowadays this is the one. Like this is the event to go to these days in California. If you're a rotation player, if you're a one pocket player, I'd pump the brakes and come in November for the Diamond One Pocket event that they do. But yeah,
10,000 added, no player cap.
yeah, both events,
Yeah.
right? And then yeah, but the Diamond one is a $225 entry fee. This one's I think usually like $85 or something like that. It might be $100 this year, but I can't remember. But we usually get the first year they did it, it was 183 players. Second year they did it 187, and I don't think there's any reason why they couldn't break 200 players this year. So if you're considering traveling, and they knock out those 200 players, they move through it.
Oh, we barreled through. Me and Desiree, we were just those days, especially those first days. I always every time I go over there, the intent is always, okay, let's get caught up, and then I'm gonna go jump in the booth with Collins for a little bit. So then the first 2 days, I never see Collins ever because we're usually in the weeds, and then by the time Sunday rolls around, then I usually find time. But no, the Brendan it's a great event. It's close to a lot of hearts out there. I got the chance to meet Brendan's father last year. He was at the pool room, and then went out to go have dinner with him at McCooney's, and I had some really heartfelt conversations with him that I'll just never forget. And it really, I never met Brendan, but it really made me feel like I did. If that makes sense. So
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we're going to be out there for that. Probably be out there for the Diamond One Pocket as well. Um, And so, oh, Melissa says he'll be there again this year. Yeah, he's great to talk to, man. I mean, just a real genuine guy. I remember because I asked all these kids, right? Like, what's it like, or how supportive are your parents through this, right? And his father was just like, whatever he wanted to do, I wanted to get behind, you know. And it's yeah, it's great seeing people go and celebrate him, and uh, you know, you can tell there was just a lot of love there, you know.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
I never had the chance to meet him either. Actually, I take it back. I didn't meet him, but I believe I saw him at one of the. This was before I even started really getting into like the community here. You know what I mean? I was just kind of a pool player that had been playing for like 3 years, didn't even get into leagues yet or anything. And there was a big, huge Chuck Markoulis tournament that happened here at the same time that the West Coast Swing was going. They were doing the West Coast Swing. It was like one of the earlier ones.
I
And
like that
right,
that man. It was a lot of
yeah,
like it was cool to watch from afar anyway.
yeah. So that year they did that whole event, like all those events, and right after that there was a 1 week gap, and then it was the Reno Open, the 8 ball World Championships, I think it was in Reno or something like that for bar table, and in Sacramento, that's when they picked that middle week. That 1 week gap was where they put the Chuck Markoulis, and everybody came through. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I saw him play, but yeah, I never had a chance to meet him, and it's pretty obvious the tremendous person he was. So with all the people that are, you know, behind this event every single year. So
No, for sure. And it's just only getting bigger and better. And you know, like Oscar says, hey, we're keeping it the way Brendan like it. We're playing it big table 10 ball. So it's going to be an awesome event. We see some of the comments in the chat. Melissa, if you can hook me up with Sal, I'd love to talk with him whenever we're out there next month. So if y'all plan on being over there for the Brendan, well, I'm sure you will. But if Sal is, I'd love to speak with him. So yes, the crypto. See, are you enjoying going to the Texas Open tune-up or the Open? So I'm there at the Open every year for sure. So I'll be helping out Hanshu. I know he's been cooking up the 50th anniversary queue, and he's been like burning the midnight oil on that one. So that one should be pretty dope. And on top of that, I'm sure we'll have some stuff for sale, and I'll be helping out James just kind of get organized with queue repair. And I think we're gonna try to do like a short turnaround refinish project. So stay tuned for that. And but yeah, that Open's always great, and you know I'm up there in that area quite a bit. So actually, when I come back, like I'm only gonna be back for maybe I don't even know, man, a couple of weeks, and then I'm gonna go back out there to Sacramento, and then I think in the meantime is the Open, and then I got that event in Washington right after the Brendan. So it's gonna be a busy few weeks for us, but like I mentioned before to start the show, you know, Collins and I, we can't do it without these guys. We also can't do it without, see that one in the middle? That's Shane
yeah,
Tyrie's BEF logo. So, you know, I love giving Shane a hard time because Shane wears a lot of hats in the industry. And one of those hats happens to be the WPA hat. So, Shane, he's been getting it like pretty easy from me because of this junior national stuff and for the kids and all that. But he knows these WPA questions are coming this week, and I cannot wait to get him on the mic and on the record. And there's just a lot of stuff to ask him about because with the announcement of this China Open and all this like Predator matchroom stuff that nobody kind of wants to address that on. So we're gonna have a good time with Shane. We're also gonna have a
nice,
good time with
dude.
the kids. You know, we're gonna be a
Yeah.
little friendly at the beginning, and then we're gonna be not so friendly
Well,
after a
one of
little
the great
while.
things
So
about Shane is he's got a great sense of humor, and it makes he can roll with the punches. You know what I mean? He's a
I'm gonna
good
tell you,
dude.
I'm gonna tell you a funny story. So we were in Vegas, and I was standing there, and Pinozo had just gotten there like that day, I think. And I see Shane Tyree, and I don't know who Shane Tyree was at the time, but I had always seen him around at events. So I take a picture of him from afar, and I text to Mike, and I said, Mike, who's this suit, right? Like who's the suit, that, you know?
Yeah.
And Mike says, oh, that's Shane Tyree. He's the VP of the WPA. And I'm like, okay, you know. And then my
Okay.
brain starts cooking a little bit, you know what I mean? So then fast forward that
That's the
same
guy.
afternoon, yeah, I've been waiting to find you. So
Yeah.
fast forward, like a couple hours later, we're outside as you're walking in, and Shane Tyree walks by, and we make eye contact, and I said, "Hey, what's your name?" And he turns to me and he says, "Molina Mike." And I said, I like you already, buddy. Come on, let's talk for a minute. And no,
Mhm.
Shane's great. I never would have thought though, Collins, after like, all this that Shane, is, we able to make it through the cut to being involved in this whole junior nationals
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. I'm glad. Yeah, I think we're all going to have a really good time. I think it's going to be a great event. I think that, yeah, I'm really excited to use it as I'm basically going to have a whole week to tinker and work on what I do. And I'm sure I'm going to do things out there that I'm going to learn that I'm going to bring back home too. And it's going to be really cool. Yeah.
I'm excited to see people love to play pool, see kids with like genuine excitement to play pool, and they're all striving to get spots for worlds, and
Mhm.
it's going to be really intense competition, but also like completely with a lot of love and friendships, and I'm excited to see some matches, and on top of that, me and you may have a date on the pool table ourselves, buddy.
Doubt it.
I'm not taking any cues, but we may get that first day. Maybe we'll do something. We got to
I
be able to do
doubt it.
something.
I can't bring my cues either. Actually,
I'm
I've
not
got
bringing
too
my
much stuff
cues.
that I'm bringing. Yeah.
Hey, but
Um,
if you're in the area, Q and Case, one of our sponsors, are sending us some gear to demo and try out. So
oh yeah. Yeah.
we'll
I
have a
might use
whole.
those because I played with the Lucazi for 8 years. It
Then
was
we'll be
great
we'll be
cues.
passing it around like some APA players back and forth, and you know what I
Yeah.
mean, and and,
Yeah.
and just I won't even
I'll
bring
bend over next
the
to you
guys.
on the
The guys who just
table.
walk in with the cue in their hand broken down. They don't even got they got like rubber bands around it. We're gonna be those
Yeah.
guys. So,
Yeah. With
yeah,
the rubber bands
you
like
know
a
what I'm
dirty
talking about.
diamond.
You've seen
Yeah, I
that
know
guy.
exactly what you're
Yeah,
talking about. That's
you've
hilarious.
seen that guy before. Um, on
That's
top of
funny.
that, I don't know how if we're allowed to even talk about it. We're gonna try to do some like unofficial like team thing, Collins and
Yeah.
I, with
I
the
talked about it
kids.
briefly on our the stream this it was this past weekend, right? Or was it a week ago?
No, it
Uh
was this past weekend. Yeah,
this past weekend. Yeah. I talked about the it's going to be a really if we're able to swing the time and get enough kids involved, which I'm sure there will be plenty of them that'll want to play. But
right.
I've got a format cooked up that is
Sounds
I
exciting,
think you
man.
guys are
The
really
format.
going to like it. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be kind of like that same type of team versus team excitement of the Moscone Cup, but everyone's going to be able to witness the strategy and the player picking and stuff, and it's going to be really fun and engaging for the kids, I think.
And on
So
top of that, it's not just going to be fun and engaging. Me and Collins from all of our support. We're giving it back. We're giving some of that back to the kids. So we're going to be
yeah,
throwing in the pot like at a minimum $500 for the winning team. So
yeah.
hopefully
Something
we
nice
can.
where if the winning team, each kid can maybe do something nice, get some maybe like a new accessory for their cues, or go out to dinner with their families or something like that. Yeah,
Something, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, for sure. So we're gonna hopefully find some time for that. I've been getting some emails from like the tournament directors and Shane, and I think there's gonna be windows of opportunity once we kind of get settled and we get our, take a good bite out of everything and see what's coming up and all that. Then we can try to plan it out right away to try to like find a time. So stay tuned for that.
yeah.
Collins is great at what he does, when it comes to streaming multiple tables and no, I mean, honestly, God, listen, when Shane first asked me, you were, who I thought should be over there, you were my initial snap,
Thanks,
reaction, buddy.
appreciate it.
You know,
Yeah,
I I got a lot of respect for you, like, you know, I guess colleague to colleague sounds real professional. I'm not that professional, but like, I got a
Lord
lot of
knows I'm
respect for
not.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kyle says he'll add some to that also. Sweet, man. Well, if we
Oh,
get
well.
that rolling, we'll keep you posted and we'll give you guys some chances to throw in the middle there and juice it up. But that I'm really looking forward to. We've been talking about that for a couple of weeks, but kind of keep it under wraps until we get out there and figure out like, what
Logistics.
all.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we can make it work um, and there's a lot of events going on. I also heard from a little birdie that I think it's under 22, which I don't even know if it's a category, but one of the winners or two of the winners, something like that, will get an invite to the World Eight Ball. Not even the juniors. I mean, like the
Yeah.
World Eight Ball. So
Yeah.
um,
That's cool.
that means they're going to be competing for some heavy duty stuff there, man.
it must be the 8 ball category because the 9 ball, the one that used
Ah,
to be nine
that's
ball,
why
is
they
now
pay the
10
big
ball,
bucks.
right? Well, stop. No, I mean they changed the 9 ball to 10 ball, and that's 18 and under, and 16 and under, and 14 and under, right? They're doing all the same categories for those, and then they got rid of the last year. It was the 10 ball tournament that was capped at 20 or 21 or whatever it was, and so this year it must have been 22. Now it must be this year's 8 ball. Look at us,
Well,
just we know all the details.
we should by now, right? No,
On this,
yeah. I know I got an email. See, Kyle says I think the 22U is 8 ball, so it has to be because I heard it was 22 in U category. So that makes sense, Kyle. We appreciate that. Yeah, so just that's something even more they're going to be competing for and vying for a spot. But it's going to be a week full of stuff. Collins is going to be live from Post Up page quite a bit. Yeah, it'll obviously be shared to Windows Open as well. I'm sure I'll be live periodically and posting a lot of stuff like just throughout the week, anything and everything. I mean, I'm the main thing is as long as I got my charger, then we're gonna be just pumping out stuff and just putting things out there. So from kids in the booth to kids hitting balls to a combination of both to just us enjoying seeing these kids go and compete their hearts out, man. You know. So,
yep.
what are you most looking forward to, Collins?
Dude, just being around those kids. They're when I met them last year. I mean, obviously, I only had enough time to get to know, so many of them. But yeah, the ones that I haven't seen since whenever they came here to this room, or I ran into them at Griff's during an event or something like that, or yeah, last year at the last BEF Junior Nationals in Vegas. Yeah, just so many people that I'm looking forward to seeing. Yeah,
No, without a doubt. So
yeah,
we keep your notifications on. If by somehow you don't follow both pages, at a minimum, go follow both of our pages. But you have to follow Post Up, and also go follow all these guys' pages up top.
yeah,
Go hit the like button because even if you're not, listen, I'm not asking you to spend a dime with us or them, but just go follow their pages. Even that goes a long way for social media stuff. So again, thanks a lot to all of them. Thanks a lot to Shane. Thanks a lot to you, buddy,
no, to
for
you.
we're gonna
You
we're
did so much behind the scenes work leading up to this thing. I'm really excited to be able to do my part when we're there.
well, let me tell
So
you, buddy. I was thinking about it today, right? I was like, man, I'm glad this is like the last of these like pre-thing interviews. And then I'm thinking, no, this is only the
no,
beginning. This is
yeah,
only the
we're gonna
beginning,
be
right?
live. We're gonna be live, dude. We're gonna be just constantly talking about pool all day,
Yeah,
every
yeah.
day. So
Yeah.
yeah,
No, it's gonna be dope and I'm gonna talk to as many kids as I can while we're there. So
yeah, cool.
not just the ones who are going deep, but the ones who aren't, everybody and anybody from parents to you name it. So if you don't want to be, on camera, I suggest you step out the door. All right.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Don't even show up.
yeah,
Don't even
yeah.
compete. Yeah,
Between Collins and I, you'll
we'll get
probably
you.
end up there at some point. So thanks
Yeah.
a lot, everybody. We will see you guys probably Sunday out in Illinois. So
All right.
we'll see you guys later.
Cheers.